everyone, I'm Jenny with Show Me Cute, and today I have another fall idea for you, and this one is a baking idea. I discovered this through the part-time catering job that I have, and we use sometimes for breakfast events different breads. And I really like pumpkin bread, and I really like chocolate chip pumpkin bread. And so I discovered an easy way to put a few additions into a box mix to make it sham wow. So we're gonna start with this. You can do it a couple of different ways. You can use a box, you can use a homemade recipe, whatever you prefer to do. But if you are not a baker and you want a really yummy bread, this is the way to go. So this is the Pillsbury brand, and I noticed the other day there's two different boxes, this is the exact same thing, only two different packaging. So there's your two different things to look for when you go to your grocery store. So I'm going to start I'm going to make both of these, because another thing that I have discovered through catering is that you can put things in the freezer and pull them out for a rainy day or a special event or whatever it is you desire. And so I will show you that little tip as well. So I'm going to add those, and I already pre-measured my water. I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of the box at this point. Bread mix all mixed up, and here's where some of the yum comes. I'm going to take chocolate chips, and you can add as many or as little as you desire here. I just kind of add until it looks about right, and when I pour it into the cans, you'll be able to see I'm dropping the goods. That's about 1.5 cups for two mixes, and that looks like plenty. You don't want it to be way too much. Now, I don't know about you, but when you go to get a muffin or a bread, I like it to have the yummy, fattening streusel on top. So I'm going to make a oatmeal streusel to go on top of this. It makes it, without using nuts, it gives it just a tiny bit of crunch using the oats. And so I'm going to start with some butter. And I will put the exact quantities of this for you on the blog, on the Show Me Cute blog, where I'll have the recipes and all of that kind of stuff. I need my apron today. Okay, so you're going to need sugar, flour, butter, and oats for this. You could do it without the oats and just make a regular streusel. I think it really gives it that fall flavor. I don't know why. It just does. It works. Okay, so I'm trying to remember from last time how many I did, but I'll figure this out exactly, because I just kind of wing this. And I need a fork. or a pastry cutter if you have a pastry cutter. I don't know why I don't have a pastry cutter, because I need one all of the time and I just never think about it when I'm at the store. This is a little bit harder to use a fork. It takes a little bit longer to get through the butter. You need to make sure you have clean hands when you're doing this, because you do have to use your fingers a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take the mixture now and just spoon it all over the top of the bread. And some will fall off as when you are cutting your bread. But this stuff is so yummy, I like to really pack it on. When it comes to baking, more is better on the good stuff. So stick it on about like that. Nice little crumbly mixture. And I have preheated my oven already. It's supposed to be for 375. So I turned that on before we started. Can you get it all around in the corner? I have to tell you this funny story. Daughter number 2, she is so hilarious. When she was a little girl and we would put lip gloss on her, she had to have it slathered on her lips really good, and we put it on there, and then she would hold her lips like this, and she would say, in the corner, and she would sit there and hold her lips like that until she couldn't feel it anymore, so she could make sure that lip gloss was on really good. Funny girl. Okay, we are ready to go in the oven. So I'm gonna take my bread and stick it in. Do not look at the dirtiness of my oven. And then I'm just gonna set the timer, which I can't remember how long that was for. I'm gonna read the box, and when those come out, I'm going to show you how delicious they look and show you what you can do with them. Okay, I've checked these a couple of times and had to add on a little bit more time, and it will tell you on the box for that. But just in case you're a new person at baking, you want to stick a toothpick in and see how my toothpick came out clean. There might be like little flakes on there, but that means your bread or whatever you're baking is finished. And if it's not finished, then it'll be gooey in there. But oh my goodness, you should see how, or smell how my kitchen smells. Oh, it smells so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're gonna let these cool for a minute. I'm gonna take them out as soon as they're ready to be touched, and I'll place them on my cooling rack for a minute. So I'll come back and show you how I wrap them up to seal in the really good moisture that keeps your bread super yummy. And then taste test a bite, which, darn it, I'm sorry you can't do that, but I'm gonna have an amazing afternoon. So I'll be right back. Okay, I let my bread cool about 10 to 15 minutes. I can touch my pan now. I took this loaf out and it's cooling a little bit because we're gonna devour that one right away. This one I'm going to put in my freezer. So this is how I do it. It is still pretty warm and has not cooled all the way. And I don't like my pastries and breads and things to dry out. And so my hands are very clean. If you have gloves and want to use gloves, that's fine. But what you're gonna want to do is just tip it over and gently pull it out of your pan. Hopefully nothing sticks. If you do it nice and slow, that's about good for sticking on the bottom. And I'm gonna get my plastic wrap and I'm going to roll it up in here. And this is going to seal in because our bread is still warm. It's going to seal in that moisture and it's going to be really, really good for later to make our bread stay nice and moist. So I'm just going to stick it in the freezer just like that and pull it out next week or next month, whatever I decide. I wouldn't keep it in there probably longer than a month because it won't taste as fresh after that. Okay, I wrapped up my freezer bread. I'm going to cut a little bit. I can't cut that way, I have to cut left-handed. Oh my goodness. This is still pretty warm, so some of my streusel, you can see it's steaming. I can't wait to eat it, so I wanted to show you what the inside looked like, and so good, so scrumptious. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check back later next week for another maybe scrumptious idea.